Welcome to Inland Empire Alive, bringing you issues, events, and perspectives from throughout San Bernardino and Riverside counties. I'm David Brady, and on today's show, I'll welcome Curtis Allen Jr., director of the beloved Redlands 4th of July Band. That's today on Inland Empire Alive. Well, here with me to metaphorically strike up the band is Curtis Allen Jr., director of the beloved Redlands 4th of July Band. Curtis, welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me today. I appreciate it.
Now, we had your father on the program many years ago. Talk to me about how this band got started and who's in the band.
Okay, sure. The band got started in 1981, which was just yesterday, I think. And I was in that very first band, and Dad had decided that the city of Redlands and just in general, the public needed to hear band music, patriotic music, Sousa marches on the 4th of July.
Played live,
right in front of them. And so that's how the band got started, and all volunteers. And
how do you get an all-volunteer orchestra that can play Sousa? And I mean, those are a lot of different instruments.
People love to play. So I think at first we've always had a huge age range, anywhere from middle school age kids to octogenarians. And I think Herb Maddock was in his 90s when he finally gave up the ghost. So we've got this giant age range of people and giant ability range. Some of these folks have dug their horns out of the closet for the first time since high school and then got their chops back so that they can be a part of this. Others are in various other community bands in Riverside maybe and such, and they come to be a part of this. It's a very loyal group. Our band is very much a family situation. We all treat each other like family. And then people join by word of mouth, and they hear about us through programs like yours, for example, or newspaper articles, which is, getting harder and harder to
Do they have
deal with.
Newspapers still a thing?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you talked about family. Can we talk about your dad?
Sure.
And can we talk about your family? Tell me the story about this fantastic hat.
Let me get to that in a second. So Dad started the band in '81. He got ill in 2014, 15-ish. I think 15 was the first year I took the band over full time when Dad wasn't able to. I was kind of working my way into it only because he used me, because he'd get tired. And Kurt, get up here and direct. I'm a band director, a school band director as well. Anyway, when I took over the band, Dad was in a convalescent hospital recovering from open heart surgery. And I was in there talking to him, and I said, Dad, I've got to come up with a uniform, something to wear so that I look like you when I direct, I've got to do the Sousa thing. And I said, your hat won't fit me. I have a big noggin. And I said, what am I going to do for a hat? And that's going to bring us to this prop here. Dad said, in the closet of the downstairs bedroom in my house, you're going to find your great-grandfather's campaign hat from World War I.
This is not a prop. This is not a costume piece.
This is an
actual military issue.
An actual military World War I campaign hat. And so I'm going to hold this up real quick.
What was his name?
This is Colonel Byron W. Allen. And he was the second generation of the Allen blacksmiths. So his father, Oliver Atwell Allen, came to San Bernardino in 1885 and opened Allen & Sons Iron Works just a stone's throw from here on the north side of 3rd Street between D Street and Arrowhead, kind of where I believe it's Wells Fargo is there now. But anyway, our family's been here since.
Well, how does it feel being part of a legacy, not just your dad, but this legacy going back decades, almost, 100 years?
It's amazing. Well, more than that. 1885.
Oh, yeah.
And so this thing's over 100 years old, for heaven's sake, 1917.
What and your dad, what did you like about the Sousa music particularly? What is it that speaks to you about, because it's challenging music, it's very bombastic.
It is.
There's a high dynamic range, there's
Morning, everybody.
a lot of loud, a lot of soft.
I think when I first started playing Sousa marches, I loved the technicality of them and the fact that it was challenging. I played tuba, and learning the Stars and Stripes Forever, I think I memorized it when I was in 9th grade, something like that. And I don't know, it sort of became a part of me. I think one of the reasons Dad loved Sousa marches so much was he was an aficionado of record players, and in particular, cylinder record players.
Oh yeah.
So Edison
Yeah,
cylinders.
yeah.
So I've got several of those at home, way too much stuff at home, but we still listen to recordings of the Sousa band playing those marches on these Edison recordings on cylinder records. Actually, directed by Sousa and recorded by his band. Pretty cool.
Crackly and, but
Oh, yeah.
still the
Oh, yeah.
original stuff.
Yeah, really, really neat stuff.
Hang on just a sec. When we come back, we'll have more with Curtis Allen Jr. and the Redlands 4th of July Band right after these messages.
The City of San Bernardino has implemented a new low-cost sidewalk vending program in hopes of expanding opportunity for community members to start sidewalk vending safely and lawfully. We want everyone to have access to the economic benefits that sidewalk vending brings, but we want to make sure that our sidewalk vendors know the do's and don'ts when it comes to our city. We must make sure that vendors are keeping our residents safe by following general health and safety standards and by following all city rules. Like, did you know to legally sidewalk vend in the City of San Bernardino, you'll need a seller's permit? What about the $1 million general liability insurance that you are required to have? Don't let this scare you. When all is said and done, the cost of the annual permit will either be $64 or $154. We want to help in every way we can when it comes to vendors lawfully running and growing their small businesses. But those who operate without the proper permits can and will be cited. Citations can run anywhere from 100 to a misdemeanor, and repeated violations can result in the confiscation of items needed to sidewalk vend. We do not want this to be you. So, if you have any questions or concerns regarding the new sidewalk vending program, please call us at 909-384-5035, where staff will help you navigate your way to becoming a safe and permitted vendor in our city.
Well, I'm talking with Curtis Allen Jr., director of the Redlands 4th of July Band, a community fixture since 1981. Do you have a favorite song that you enjoy to perform?
It has to be the Stars and Stripes Forever. It's our national march. It was Sousa's favorite march. He was fond of telling late in life that was his very favorite, and there's an excellent reason why, Let me just speak to the band a little bit about how we operate.
Sure.
And so forth and so on. So anybody who wants to can reach out to me. We don't have a website or anything per se, but I'm the band director and orchestra director at Beatty Middle School, and that's the easiest way to get a hold of me. That's also where we rehearse on Sunday afternoons. We begin in the spring, around April Fool's Day. And
To get ready for July 4th.
Exactly,
Wow, okay.
exactly. And this year, for example, we played after just a couple of rehearsals over at the Norton Air Force Base Museum, which was fun. So we like to sprinkle in some other performances throughout the year when asked to play. So folks will call me up or send me an email and ask, hey, is the band available? And if it works in our schedule, yeah, for sure. We love opportunities to play. These guys are in the band because they like to perform. We play twice in Sylvan Park every 4th of July, and we also play before the fireworks show, which for the past several years has been held at Moore Middle School. And it's really a lovely spot with these beautiful panoramic views of the San Bernardino Mountains. Wonderful place to have a fireworks show.
Do you feel like you're competing with the fireworks, or are you complimenting each other?
Well, no, we're not. We're complimentary
People are not
for sure.
oohing and awing over a tuba solo.
They are not. They are not oohing and awing over tuba solo, and we're kind of biding the time until the rock band gets going. But people do love listening to us, even at the fireworks situation. We've been doing that for years and years.
What
now.
are the instruments you have to have in order to perform some of these songs? Because everyone knows these songs, and they know if they're not done right. Like, is it tuba?
Okay.
Is it what?
So John Philip Sousa's highest paid musician in his band was the bass drummer.
Okay.
Because without a bass drummer that can play in time and keep the tempo moving, you've got nothing. All I do is start the thing, and then the bass drummer keeps it going. So if the bass drummer drags, the whole thing is going to drag. You know, Brian, are you listening? This is my bass drummer. Is my
No
brother?
pressure.
My brother-in-law Brian is the bass drummer. I told you it was a family affair. My sister plays oboe. My sons have all been in the band. So yeah, we have actually several parent and child pairings in the band this year.
Is it
which
a
is kinda
challenge
cool.
having a mixture of skill level within the performers?
No, the folks who are coming along and up and coming players get a great deal of support from the more sophisticated, more experienced players. They help them out. Take them under their wing, and it's a wonderful experience for these young players to get involved with. And make no mistake, the band is quite good. It's a great sounding band, and we have.
Well, after 44 years, it better be.
Well, we just have a ton of fun at our rehearsals.
Have you
too.
had players go on to professional careers?
All the time? Yeah.
That
yeah.
must be really satisfying.
It is. Well, it's more so from my teaching perspective that I've had many students. I've been teaching band and orchestra for over 30 years now. In the
Did you have
Redlands
any
Unified.
choice of another career with your dad as
Not really. I kept trying to do other things, and it kept coming back to
Did you
music.
always know growing up as a child that you would one day take over the band?
No.
Really?
That didn't. I tried to forestall that inevitability. I didn't want that to be a thing, but it became obvious in the last few years of Dad's life that.
When that day came,
was
was there
going-
trepidation? I mean, your dad was Mr. Redlands.
No, he told me. He said you're gonna keep this going, aren't you? And I said, absolutely, I'm gonna keep it going. I told him I would, so I have to, you know.
And so now, are you looking ahead to when you pass the torch? Is there
don't
somebody in
know.
mind?
No, not yet. We're still going strong, and we have a blast.
Wow.
So I hope that your viewers will have an opportunity to get to hear our band at some point, whether it be on a 4th of July afternoon in Sylvan Park or one of our other events that we wind up.
How big is
playing
your
at.
repertoire? Like when you typically perform, like how many songs, how
Currently,
long
we
do you
have
play?
over 30 selections in our folder. My library is over 500, I think, close to 600 to choose from. Just all sorts of stuff anything you can think of. But varied, you know, we'll do movie music, we will do stuff from famous operas. You just never know what you're going to hear when you listen to the 4th of July band. A ragtime piece, you know, often there has to be something that you would hear on a cylinder record.
Sure.
I mean, that's just
Well, it's classic
mandatory.
Americana.
Mandatory. We have to have that. And then we have to close with the Stars and Stripes Forever. And everybody's clapping and everybody's on their feet. And I do the thing I learned in the Army, which is to have the band stand at the Grandioso, which is the final strain of the march. It was just, if Sousa did it too, he had his band stand as well.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Curtis Allen Jr., it has been a delight having you on the program. It was wonderful having your father on the show so many years ago. We wish you all the best.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
Visit iealive.com.